95, got the 1942 pouring in my cup. In the session real loud, good gas, yeah, you know we about to roll it up. Bring the bottles to the session, big tab, go ahead and just live it up. Get lit one night, after that we can go in.
What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Icon. We're here on 95 South Podcast. Once again, I want to thank God for this opportunity to be on here, to chop it up with my brother, to have special guests, to have a great platform to discuss different topics. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to introduce my brother from another mother, the game changer of the South. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Make It Do What It Do. Yeah, Mr. Personality himself, Jacob, the great. What's going on, fam?
What's happening, man? What's happening in the building, man? Grateful once again that God has blessed me to be on this side of the dirt, man. So we here, man, bringing you the best, news, media, entertainment, all the remarkable back stories, when it comes to the entertainment, when it comes to nonprofits, when it comes to, just anybody that's doing something to make an impactful force within the community and to inspire other people. So we here, man. What's going on?
No doubt. So go ahead and introduce this brother, we get this thing cracking.
Today we have none other than special guest Dia Groover. What's up, man? What's going on?
What's up?
Man. Had a chance to listen to your catalog there. Got some things going on there, brother. You trying to put your imprint in that industry, man. So let's talk about, man, how you got started in the music. And first of all, man, let people know where you from and what you represent.
All right, I'm from a small town called Fayette, Mississippi. I'm into Southern soul, R&B, hip hop. And you say how I got started, man. I really started in the church. My family, man, we had almost like a family choir, man. We were forced to sing. And eventually I ventured off into like an R&B, and I started writing, when I was younger, doing talent shows, and eventually wrote my first song when I was like 16 or 17. And I recorded my first one when I was about 18. And I took a long break, man. And after taking a long break, and Facebook started blocking, I like videos as well. So I started doing videos and just placing other people's music in the video. And Facebook started blocking it with the copyright infringement. And after they started doing that, I started back putting my own music to it. So I started back writing again.
Okay. So with that being said, why did you take a break? Like, it's interesting when I hear artists say, man, I had to take a break, man, or this, that, or the third, why did you take a break, and why was it a gap, and why was it a pause within your career?
When I started, I was young, and at the time, we didn't have the resources in my area, and I moved to Jackson, and, I learned, well, I really didn't learn the business then. I was working with a group, and I wrote a song for a group, and we recorded the song. And once we got in the studio, the guy in the studio told us that he said, well, I don't want everybody to sing on this song. He told me and another guy to lead this song. And after that started some type of confusion within the group, man, a little jealousy type thing. And hey, man, we got into it. We split up. And I thought that I needed them to, like I said, I didn't know anything about the business. I didn't know anything about studio or recording. And I thought I needed them to do what I wanted to do. And I stopped writing.
Okay. So, upon that right there, man, that split, that split, and you taking some time off, give you a chance to reflect, or what happened that made you a better singer-songwriter during that time that you took off?
I never stopped singing. I was still doing like karaoke bars. I would do. I was on this app called Smew, and I was singing with a lot of different people on that app, and they were telling me, how creative I was, how good my music was, and I'll just create songs from other people's music, and they were liking it, and that just built my confidence back up. So I started looking for, studios and people to record with after they didn't boost my ego up a little bit.
Okay. I can definitely understand that, man. So upon that, man, we recently lived through this COVID-19, this pandemic, and all the above, man. So, but I tell people, it's one genre that COVID-19 helped out a lot. So
Yeah.
I can tell people that COVID-19 built Southern Soul up because everybody had lived through the pandemic. People had lost loved ones. People couldn't come outside. So Southern Soul gave you that sense of feel-good music, that sense of let's take it back to the chilling circuit days, boy. The Sam Cooke, the Otis Redding, the Betty Wright, the Ray Charles, the Phyllis Hyman, the Minnie Riperton. Let's take it back to those days, man. Of the Tyrone Davises, the Roy C's. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Just to name a few. So let's take it back to those days. So, in your opinion, as an artist, as a songwriter, man, what did the pandemic, along with Southern Soul, do for artists that wasn't getting noticed?
To me, in my situation, I think I had picked up a little momentum before COVID hit. So
okay.
in a way, it slowed me down. But then, like you say, I got a little more creative. I started doing videos, more videos, and I think people started watching those videos, like you said, because they couldn't come out. So,
mm-hmm.
I think it picked up for some, and it hurt some too. That especially the ones that were just getting started and just starting to get noticed. I think it hurt. It hurt a little bit.
Okay. But, I know that I can tell you this. For me working with Southern Soul promoters and me working with Southern Soul artists, man, no other genre right now is getting booked shows like Southern Soul. No other.
Yeah.
Not even country, not even pop, not even hip hop. I know Southern Soul artists, man, that's getting booked 10, 12 times a month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a lot, bro. In the music business, that's a lot.
Yes, sir. We made it affordable. It's affordable. It's affordable to book Southern Soul artists. There's, they put on some good shows, man. Nice crowd, good atmosphere. So, and like I say, it's affordable. You can bring in 5 and 6 Southern Soul artists versus.
Man, listen, let me tell you something, man. I was telling my partner Icon, back last summer. Man, my hometown brought Tucker. They brought Westlove. They brought Adrian Bagger. They brought Lamar Bryce. They brought a fella by the name of Will Wise. And the ticket was only $35. You can't go nowhere and see no 5 artists for $35, man.
No.
And they had about 12 food trucks out there. They had all type of vendors. And man, and it was about 2,700 people on hand. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we talking about a small town that got only one grocery store, a couple food places, and a couple restaurants. And we talking about a town that if you blink your eyes, you'll pass it.
Right.
So when Southern Soul artists, if they see that they can get this many people to come out in a small town, then they're gonna go up on their prices. You know what I mean? Like if I can get this many people from a small town to come out, then if I go to St. Louis, y'all gotta pay more than a small town now.
Right.
You know what I mean? If I go to Milwaukee, y'all gotta pay more than that. You know what I mean? So I know people, bro, like you can sing, I listen to your music. But it's some people that can just hold a tune, just like Drake. But
yes, sir.
But they in that Southern Soul market, and they selling out the yin yang.
Right. And with the music, it's more about sometimes it's a feel, it's a sound, it's a hook. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They like
Right.
they like what you're talking about sometimes. It's the
Yeah.
story you're telling, you know, so it ain't just about the voice or you know, who got this dynamic runs and all that, man. They like the music, man, and what you're talking about sometimes. Sometimes
Yeah,
it's
man.
funny. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes
Just,
it's funny.
just like to do Uncle Daddy. Listen, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He got a song I call "I Put That Snap on Her." Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And listen, man. And boy, he ain't a real singer now.
No.
You know what I
You
mean?
know,
But
it's a character. He a character. It's not
yeah,
even
Right.
Uncle Daddy is a comedian or whatever, not a
Yeah.
comedian or a skit or whatever you want to call it. You know, he just excuse me, just like Country Wayne when he made up the drip character or
Right.
whatever.
Yep.
It's the same thing. He made up this character, Uncle Daddy, but he do skits and he turned him into an artist. You know what I
Right.
mean?
but see, Uncle Daddy got two of the biggest songs in the country right now.
But see, he
Mhm.
built a platform first. He built a platform as a comedian, like you said, and you know he got his followers. And she put that snap on me. It's almost like telling a story. You know, he can do
Yeah.
that. You know,
Yeah.
it's funny and it's catchy. It's catchy.
Just like Lil Duval, living my best life.
Yep.
Listen, man.
Mhm.
Listen, man. He and then he put Snoop on the remix, so you know it's like go. It's like green light now. You know what I mean? And so he can like some people can pull out a single once every 3 years, bro, and be all right. You know what I mean? In Southern Soul, man, you ain't got to put out full length albums. You can just put out EPs and be all right, bro. You know what I mean? And so I'm gonna give it back to you, man, because my partner Icon been in business for about 20 years, going on 22 years, man. So he know all about the music being up and down. So you know, we're gonna talk about and one thing I want to hit on before I give it to him. I talk to a lot of Southern Soul artists, man, and they do not understand about their publishing and their points, and being racial sound change, man. You know, because I try to explain to that this is a business, man. Branding, marketing, public relations, man. You need that because it's a few Southern Soul artists can be way more bigger than they are. But you can kind of tell that their paperwork are right. You can tell that they ain't really worried about their paperwork. So you know, with that being said, I'm handing over to you.
Well, first and foremost, I want to say I want to commend you for something because I watched your latest video. It's called "It's My Baby" or "You My Baby."
Yes, sir.
I watched that song video, and the first thing that jumped out to me was that you had a plus size female as your lover on the song.
Yes, sir.
So for that, and to me, I feel like it's very important because I get tired of seeing that our representation always have to be some size 2 chick or whatever. That most men, a lot of black men, what people don't know, a lot of black men don't really so much care about that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of black men like a woman with a little meat on the bones.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Every man don't want a size 2 model looking chick on their side all the time. So for you to represent that in your video, was that a conscious effort or was that just something that just kind of came? Like that's, you know, how did that come about?
Yeah, a little bit of both, man. I wanted somebody beautiful, normal, you know, down to earth. You know, like you said, I wasn't looking for that perfect model. And hey, marketing, man. I think you got to reach everybody. You know, you want to reach everybody, make everybody like your music, man. So I think it's something, you know, instead you could, and look, I have a nice model in the next one, but hey, I think they're going to dig this one, man. So like I say, somebody down to earth, somebody that everybody can relate to. A real relationship.
Yeah. Let me say this, but see, you speak of models, man, and you know, in entertainment, I deal with some models too, man. But let me tell you who's making the most money in the last 2 or 3 years, man. Plus size models are winning, bro.
Yes, sir.
Plus size women are winning. Period. when it comes to modeling, when it comes
Mm-hmm.
to business, when it comes to they're winning, man. And so your strategy for that is nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It is nothing shorter than brilliance. You know what I mean? Brilliance. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You gave them a visual that they weren't expecting, and when it caught their attention, they couldn't take their eyes off the video. Geniusness,
Yes, sir.
brother.
Yeah.
Geniusness. Salute to
I
you on
Yeah,
that.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying, because I think a lot of times with consumers, you know what I'm saying, we accept what's put in front of us, but we always want to put the perfect image in front of everybody. But especially when you're dealing with Southern artists, when you're dealing with Southern people, a lot of us are, you know, plus size people. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
we eat them chicken and them collard greens and them pork chops on a regular basis. So
Yes,
we
sir.
we might not be in the gym as much as them folks out there that's eating vegan food and all that all the time up there in other places. Not to say we can't, but that's just not the way our
Right.
culture is down in the South. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm from North Carolina, so I know all about what it is to be in the South and how you eat that country food and you like them country thick women. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
I know how it is, and you represented that very well. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a very beautiful woman. You know what I'm saying? That you showed that you was all over and you was loving on. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
And I
sir.
think that's something that we need to see more in our culture or whatever on a regular basis or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes,
people
sir.
won't still, then that might help. It might even help mental health. You know what I'm saying? So people like, oh man, I gotta be this way and that way because society telling me so. No, you don't, because
No.
Dia Grove over here shows you don't have to. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
And if more artists did that and not do it in a funny way, even like when back in the day when Redman did it, nothing against with Redman, I love Redman, but his videos, it was more of a comical thing when he had the big women on his videos. And a lot of rappers did that when they would use the plus size women, but it was done in a comical way. It wasn't done in a, oh, there's love on them way. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So you did it in a way to show she was a queen to you. You know what I'm saying? And that was
Yes,
more
sir.
important to where we at. You know what I'm saying? But also, because my brother was sitting over here saying that basically, you know, the Southern Soul people artists are getting booked more often and more than anybody out there right now. And so how important? So because with y'all, I noticed that with Southern Soul music, it's different styles. You know what I'm saying? You got people that can rap with it, they can sing with it, they can use a little jazz, blues, hip hop, R&B. So many different ways you can go about it. Me and Jacob know artists now that's been in the game for 20, 30 years that's trying to move into that, you know, side of the business as far as that genre of music. You know what I'm saying? And so how important do you feel on your side to represent what you're doing for that music and when you go into the studio, how deliberate are you in the studio to make sure you put out the best product?
Hey, I take my time with it, and Southern Soul, like you say, you got them doing everything, hip hop, R&B. I just like to, man, I like to write about things I've seen in the area that people can relate to, and try my best to put it in a song. And I am, I think my producer talks about me a lot because I'm gonna leave the studio. I'm gonna listen to my music when I leave the studio, and I'm gonna find something wrong with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm my worst critic, so I take
You
my
gotta get
time
out
with
your
it.
head, man. Get out your head, man. You know, cause I'm pretty sure the producer gonna let you know if something wrong with it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Cause his
Yep.
name on the track too. So yeah. So sometimes artists got to get out their head, bro. If artists stay in their head, man, they always thinking they never good enough. And
Oh yeah,
and a lot of times it be perfect. You know what I mean?
yeah. That's what he'll tell me, man. Hey, Grover, the song is fine, man. It's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best thing I would say too is not to have a bunch of yes people around you, to have people that's gonna tell you the truth. Because
Yes, sir.
because as an artist, y'all listen to the song 100 times and you're gonna hate it. But if you got that
Yeah.
person that's always gonna critique you, yes, right or wrong, to say if it's good or bad, let them listen to it. And like with my sons in the music, I don't even want to be in the studio when they make it. I'll be like, when you're done with it, come bring it to me, and I'm gonna let you know if it's a hit or not, or whatever, or what you should do, or whatever. Because y'all gonna automatically be like, I don't like this one, or I think this one's the best song we ever did, and I'll be like, You know what I'm saying? They be like, as soon as they say, if I say it's cool or it's all right, they be like, oh, Dad don't like it. But if I say, oh, that's a hit, they be like, oh, let's run with it. You know what I'm saying? It take me 30 seconds to listen to a song. I got to listen to a whole song. I'll listen to the hook, the verse, and then I'll let them know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. You know. So, and my thing is, if I can't visual the video in my head, if I don't see a video for it, I'll be like, oh, that's not a hit because I don't even visualize this doing a video for this song.
Hey, that's me, man.
You know
for real, that's me.
Yeah. So another thing too, we were just talking about what's the name, Uncle Daddy and all that. So when you see an artist like that come along, does it help the Southern Soul, or do you feel like it hurts it? Because you know what I mean? Because to me, the songs is good, but do they really represent what y'all doing for the ones that's been doing it for a minute? Do you feel like he is representing y'all in a correct manner?
I think he helps, man, because, and the reason I say it helps, it shows how he built a platform. He made his name first. You know what I'm saying? He made his name in comedy, and I like it. And I'm gonna use a perfect example. Jamie Foxx, that's one of my people I like. He's an actor. He's an actor, great singer, man. But like I say, Uncle Daddy built his name as comedy, and he got some good. I mean, the music to me is good, and I think it helps. It's a blueprint. I'm just saying, it's a blueprint of how to be in your name and make it, man. And a lot of us are not doing it. And I'm still learning because, you know, at first I was just putting out song after song, and I hadn't really made my name. You know what I'm saying? So until you can make a platform for yourself and get people watching you, getting your followers up, until you do all that, you're just gonna be making music, man, praying that it get in the right hands. And I think, like I say, he made his name, man, and a lot of people listening to him.
Well, I mean, I think he did make his name on a different type of scale, but I think for a singer who's been owning their craft for a very, very, very long time, I can see how a true singer that's true to the craft would feel some sort of way. Do you understand what I'm getting at?
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm just saying you shouldn't knock another man because he did it a different way. You know what I'm saying?
Not knocking him, but knocking how the industry easily let him in without paying any dues.
Yeah. I see that. I see that, but like I say, at the same time, just say with me, just say I'm a singer, man, and somebody like some jokes or something I'm doing, and you know they start following me because of my jokes. You know how you get in? That's on you. You know you got. I mean,
what I'm trying to say, it's so easy now. It's so easy now. Like the whole music industry has.
Well, let's people are saying that about Southern Soul anyway. They're saying.
I'm talking about any genre, bro. Anybody can go in the studio and record now. Like the engineers I grew up with will tell you, nah, man, you ain't good enough. I can't even take your money. You know what I mean? You gotta go back and work on your craft. It's no disrespect to you, but I would never take your money and have you thinking that this can go somewhere. And really, it can't right now.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. You got to be honest with these artists, and these engineers are not honest anymore. These producers are not honest anymore. They just want to take a dollar.
Yeah, but if that's your business, I'm just saying if you're in a studio, you're a producer, and your business is slow and you don't know how to do it, and you got 20, 30 people lined up with you that can't sing, or I'm just saying, and you're not bringing anything in. Would you produce them?
Not if my name is going to be on it and it makes my name not look credible. See, my name got to carry more weight than any amount of money I can have in my pocket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, as my granny would say, a good name worth more than gold. Hallelujah.
I mean, it's
Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Can I get the church to say amen in the back?
Yeah. But look,
well, it's
okay,
kind
you
of
go
it's
in the
kind of it's
Walmart.
kind of a catch-22 on that though. It's kind of a catch-22 before you say there's a catch-22 on that, because a lot of producers I've heard say, I may say I don't want to produce such and such because I don't think they're gonna win, but then they produce an artist and that song be the biggest song of the year. You know what I'm saying? Because the consumer, that's what they love. They like that whatever particular song, whatever reason why they like that particular song. And you might think that artist is garbage, but the world think he the bomb, and then that artist and that producer make millions of dollars off that song. So it's kind of like, that's why I think some producers like, well, I try not to judge the artist from my standpoint, because what I may not like, somebody else may like. So if the artist is willing to come in there and put in the work, then I do it. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I've heard producers say that.
So again, is your name worth more than any amount of money you can put in your pocket?
Like I was getting ready to say, if and I know where you're going with that. If I go into Walmart and I go in there and buy a bike, that's my bike. You know what I'm saying? Even though I got it from Walmart, even though Huffy on it, that's my bike. Now, what I do with that bike, you know, that's me. And you know, I gotta sell it to, you know, Walmart can't say, oh no, I don't want to sell this bike to so and so because he's gonna make me look bad. You know what I'm saying? So it's to me, I understand about the name, but at the same time, I look at the business side of it too. You know, like I say, every producer is not working. You know what I'm saying? Every producer not getting your Jeter Jones and your Sir Charles, and they're spending up money on them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not getting those artists. So some of them are taking what they can get. Some of them been out of work, and you know, like with during the COVID, some of them were really out of work, especially the artists, because now, you know, you got artists not getting shows, and that's all they've been doing. So, you know, some of them taking what they can get, man. And
yeah, you're right. Dio, you're right now, but let me tell you something, man. See, you talking to a marketing genius right here, but let me tell you something.
Yes, sir.
This is what producers don't do and artists don't do, bro. Like you got tons of songs, right?
Yes, sir.
And you might know a producer got tons of production.
Yes, sir.
During COVID-19, they was putting out movie after movie, TV series after TV series, web series after web series. This was a great time for people to get their music licensing for film, TV, video game, and documentary. So the money could have still been coming in, man, but you just can't keep all your eggs in one basket, man. Like, in this music business, man, there should be on the low end, there should be at least 16 royalty checks you get every quarter. On the low end. But on the high end, it should be 64.
But see, I think the problem is, and what we've been talking about so far, because I just got familiar with it when I, you know, first met you with Southern Soul music. Southern Soul music is like how rap was in the 80s, where people really didn't know what it was. They didn't know if it was gonna stick around. That's why they kind of like still on the Southern Soul, on the Chitlin circuit level, because they're still trying to build it up.
No, that ain't why. Southern Soul artists is like Otis Redding and all them. They don't want to go to major labels because major labels gonna ward it down.
I ain't even talking about the major label part. I'm just talking about the demand on it part. Like the basically going from the Chitlin circuit to even going to like arenas or stadiums or different venues past that point. Because if you think in the 90s, you could see DMX, Jay-Z, Ja Rule, all the great big artists that was booming. You could see them for $25 at one concert back then. I know because I went to those concerts and seen all them artists, Outkast, everybody on one bill for $20. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't think Southern Soul is worried about selling out of rings. I'm gonna tell you why, Icon. Because it's a market where they get to keep their own money. They mostly do outside shows where they can rent a tractor pull field or where they can rent an outside complex, man. And then when you bring that middleman in with the arenas and stuff like that, it's just like Sam Cooke. It's just like Always Ready. how they was able to keep their masters, keep their own money, keep the promotion and the show money. That's what Southern Soul is. It's feel good music. It's that Betty Wright. It's that Marvin Cease. It's that feel good music that none of the majors want to take a chance on. Like you don't think Marvin Cease turned down the majors for years? For over 20 years, bro. Atlantic, Universal, he turned down them for a long time, bro. He was just with an independent label that was ran by one of his homeboys. You know what I mean? And they ate together for years. And so with that being said, man, hey man, I think Southern Soul has always been here. It's just a new name for it because it ain't nothing but the Chitlin Circuit rendition, man. That's all it is. All it is the Betty Wright and the Tyrone Davis and Otis Redding and the Sam Cooke. That's all it is, bro. It's just you got new faces, a new age, and a younger generation doing it.
Yeah, and that's why when I started listening to it, when you put me onto it, that's why I said, well, this ain't really nothing new. It just must got a different name from what I'm used to it because I'm hearing a lot of the stuff I grew up on, the blues, the jazz, the soul. I grew up on all of this. It's just something they just calling it something different now. But let's ask Dia, let's ask Grover this question: do you feel like that genre, people in that genre of music, as far as the artists today, maybe the artists back in the day was different? Do you feel like they don't mind staying on that Chitlin Circuit level, or do they, or the ones you around, do they want to go to another level when it comes to the venues and all the stuff, the labels, all the stuff that come with it?
I think they want to go to another level, but far as labels, unless it's a big contract or something, I think they prefer to stay independent, and that's because a lot of them are learning the business. You know what I'm saying? And they know that they can bring their own money and cut out the middleman. So if I can cut out the middleman and still do good, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stay where I'm at. Unless it's a major, I'm just saying, unless you putting a big major contract in front of me, to me, I mean, that's my personal opinion, I think it's best to stay independent.
Yeah, I think the best way to do it, and this is my opinion, I just think the best way to do it, if y'all go that route, is it's gonna have to be like a multi-artist deal, like all y'all at one time, like 4 or 5 big ones at one time on one label, like when everybody went to Loud, Loud Records back in the day in hip hop, or Def Jam, when Def Jam first started, he came out with 4 or 5 different artists and they hit all at once. I think it'd have to be a movement like that instead of being like one at a time. It has to be a movement where y'all can go in. That way I feel like y'all can control the climate and what y'all doing better if y'all go in 4 and 5 at a time. That's just my opinion.
Right. And this is why Southern Soul gonna stay, deal.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
This is why Southern Soul gonna stay. I can't speak about hip hop. Man, listen, man. If I want to go to a Killing Fest, I go to a hip hop concert. You know what I mean? Southern Soul, man, you ain't got to worry about nobody shooting nothing. You ain't got to worry about no gunplay. You ain't got to worry about none of that. That's why it's here to stay, bro. That's why it's going to be around, bro. And people are glad that they're bringing it back out, that Chitlin Circuit touring, man, because that's when people had the most fun. It was groovy. It was a good time. If you're a single man or single woman, you can meet somebody you can get your groove on with. It might be somebody that you gonna be with for some time now, or it's still somewhere you can bring your wife to, man, and y'all have a good time, and you sipping on your cognac and she's sipping on her red wine with a little sweet taste in it. You're like it's somewhere you can groove, man. And right now in the music industry, a lot of promoters don't even want to touch hip hop no more. A lot of investors don't want to touch hip hop no more. But the investors is slowly, gradually coming to invest in Southern Soul, man. Even if they do 4 big shows a year, man. You know what I'm saying? They still grabbing the taste to it because they know that they gonna get their money worth. They gonna have a good time. People ain't gonna be no showing out. And one thing about Southern Soul people, man, they don't mind hiring police as their security. You know what I mean?
Well, see, look, I'm a police, so I'm gonna speak on that for a minute. You got a lot of officers that don't want to work. That don't want to work the hip hop events, man. It's like you say, it's some stuff go on there that some of them don't even want to be involved with, man.
Right.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Cause we got to have you come back on at some point to talk. Cause I've been telling Jacob for a minute I want to get a police officer on here to talk about some of the crimes and certain things that even the stuff that y'all want to address as officers, and if when it comes to the streets and stuff that's going on. So so I feel like the biggest thing is just like I started a podcast with my kids called basically closing the gap. You know what I'm saying? Bridging the gap between their generation and our generation. And I think somebody like you, a black man in our community, I think it has to be we have to start having dialogue. We can't just keep coming at each other's throat and not understanding both sides and why we feel the way we feel, why they feel, why we all feel the way y'all feel in certain situations. So I think we need to have a show just dedicated on that. You know what I'm saying? Just talking about the issues and why certain things are the way they are. And before we move forward, I just want to say good morning to Chandra, Cornetta, Latasha Reeves, Yolanda, even Crazy Steve for being on here this morning and support.
Now, Icon, hold on now, Icon. Before you move on, now, let me tell you something, man. This chick named Yolanda Marshall.
Yo.
Good morning, everyone. Let me tell you something. This is the biggest Southern Soul promoter in the Southeastern region.
Yo.
When I say the biggest, she is that deal. She is the real deal Holyfield with a bag of chips and a napkin on the side. For real, for real. So, I called her. I said, man, a couple promoters put a bug in my ear. They was like, man, you need to get some Southern Soul artists, man, on your show. And on your other show too. I was like, okay. I'm gonna reach out to my people. And she's like, yeah, I got somebody that people need to pay attention to right now. She said, deal. Yeah, you. She said, you, my brother.
Yes,
she said, they need to pay attention to you right now. You know what I mean? So here we are. And so I just want to say a huge shout out to her, and I appreciate her working with me, man. And she is that deal. So, and she's somebody that you'll be plugging with Icon for sure.
Okay, Steve, what you mean? Who we tag? We tag the younger generation at all in this interview. What are you talking about? Boy, you wake up sensitive in the morning.
Yeah, I swear, man. Steve, man. Steve needs some baby wipes this morning. Steve needs some baby wipes.
We ain't said nothing about the younger generation this morning. You know, that joker crazy. Yeah, man. But so, what for you? Where you want to take it to? Where you want to really? Where do you see the ultimate prize in this business for yourself in this music game for you?
For myself, man, I honestly see myself writing and producing later on, because I want to bring in my area, man. There's nobody. I can't think of any artist right now that's just booming. I'm talking about from my town, and it's some guys here that's way more talented than me. And
sound like you need to start a label, man.
Huh?
Sound like you need your own label.
We working on it, man. We working on it.
Okay.
But I had to get my name out there first. So
right.
It ain't like I can come to a young cat and tell him, man, this is what you need to do, and they don't see me doing it, So I wanna, get that platform for them, man. And it's some talent in this area that I think the world needs to see.
Okay.
And I think I can write for them, man.
Yes, sir. That's what's up, man. So let me ask you this. For you, musical influences that you listen to, their riffs, their runs, their octaves, the crispness of their voice, and you just had to keep playing their record. And then once you feel out, I'm like, you know what? I might try to do this at a karaoke or open mic or whatever, man. But them influences like that, man, that wanted you to do that made you want to sing even more. Give me your top 5 influences musically.
Prince. I like New Edition. Usher. Jamie Foxx.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? Is that 4? Man, I like Freddie Jackson. Those are some of my favorites, man.
Okay, so what
lot, man. Go ahead.
What about your top five? Your top five old school, male or female?
To me, Prince is old school. I like
Okay.
I like LTD.
Oh, hold up, man. Bro, listen. This how I know you know some music. Ain't nobody. People don't even mention Jeffrey Osborne and LTD. Boy, look at here.
Mhm.
Listen. Boy, you talking about some real old school Cadillac red wine, we might make some twins tonight. That type old school.
You might be
That's
twins
right.
tonight.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yes, sir, man. LTD and who else you got, man?
Man, see, look, you made me lose my train of thought, man. I like Shirley Murdoch, man. I like
Yes,
Shirley.
yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
not Shirley
Yeah.
Murdoch.
I like Glenn Jones.
Uh-huh.
I like the OJs, man. You know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You can't.
Bro, hey, I can keep naming. I'm a
Yeah, you can't go wrong. So I just wanted to see, that mindset that because those music influencers give you a different mindset. So with you, man, if you was to meet my partner Icon, and he said, man, you tell him you're a singer. He's like, well, man, just give me 5 records I need to go listen to, man. You know what I mean? What 5 records would you want me to listen to give me a different feel of who you are as a singer? And then I can make my decision where I might want to even book you for a show. Because that's what promoters want to know. What's the diversity in the music? Like, is there 3 to 5 records that I can listen to that I can send to my promotional team and they can groove to outside of being at work working on music? So give me 3 to 5 songs that are hits once they hit FM radio.
My songs? You want my songs? Or you want me to? You want to?
Your songs? This about you. Your songs.
Okay. That song that the video we're talking about.
Okay. Favorite girl?
My favorite girl.
Uh-huh.
And we're gonna swing from different genres too. I have a song called "Back It Up," the remix, and that's more of it got a go dance type feel to it. So that's a different vibe. I have a track.
That's what she said too. That's what Alana said. Say that's the promoter. That's what she said. Back it up.
I think "Back It Up" might have been my hottest song, and we did a remix of it. But I think I should have put some more work behind it. I'm being honest. I think I should have put more work behind "Back It Up."
Listen, dear. Listen, man. Before you go on, you got a song. If you want me to hit it,
let me hit it. Yeah, I was
yes,
coming.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Let me tell you something, dog. That's got that Robert Kelly vibe. That's got that. That's got that.
I ain't out, man. But go ahead.
That's got that Black Street type vibe, man. It's got that. It's got that vibe, man. Aaron Hall back in the day. It's got that whole next type vibe. The whole Drew Hill type vibe. So that song. I was listening to that this morning.
I was gonna name though, yes sir. That would be on that R&B level, and some people, like you said, some people saying it's like that got that 2090s type vibe.
Yeah. We do, man. So man, what would be your next visual? And after you answer this, I'm gonna hand it back to you, Icon. What would be your next visual that you want to shoot? And have you came up with the treatment of the visual yet, or are you just still brainstorming?
The next song that I want to do, and I'm ready to let one out the bag, but the next song that I want to do is "Let Me Hit It." But we've done we did a song called "Want That," and the idea and the concept of it was a pre-Valentine's. Then we were gonna do a post-Valentine. Now the pre was gonna be the main chick, type video, the lovey-dovey type thing, and the post is gonna be side chick type sneaking out the house trying to get to, what you missed out doing Valentine's Day type video. So that was my idea with one.
You get your attention on February the 15th type thing.
yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah, I like that. That's what's up, man.
Hopefully we'll be if I don't put it out this weekend, it'll be Monday with that video. We're gonna release it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, this the first weekend after Valentine's, so you know what I'm saying? We want to kind of show, okay, this is what I did after Valentine's.
Okay.
Well, brother, man, we want to thank you for coming on this morning, giving us your time. Look like you already running around, you know what I'm saying, this morning. So for you to take
pull
time
over
out.
because that background noise and all that, so I had to pull over, but hey, I'm glad.
Yeah, brother. Anytime. Like I said, we definitely want to have you come back to talk about the other side of your life. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it's very important that we build a better dialogue. Everybody just want to bash each other on either sides, whether they want to bash the criminals or we want to bash the police and all that, but nobody really want to come with no solutions of, especially if black men, if we're sitting down discussing what needs to change and what can be better, I think that's where it has to start. We have to start in our own community of saying this is what we need to do and quit waiting for them to do everything because we know they're not going to do it. Right. So we have to, decide on what we're going to do to change our own narrative in our own communities. You know what I'm saying? For the better.
No. That's right.
What I'm saying? So I definitely, just tell people where they can find you at real quick. And any new shows and stuff you got coming up?
I'm on all digital platforms. Look me up as Dia Grover. That's D-I-A. My last name is Grover. Facebook is the same thing. Instagram is DL_Grover. And that's pretty much where you can find me at. I think my next show is next week. I do a lot of things with the kids too, man, while you're speaking on the kids, but I'm doing something for the kids in my area next week. And that'll be my next event in Fayette, Mississippi. So
Okay. Well, man, we definitely appreciate you, man. And me and you be talking later on the day. And we definitely want to thank you for coming on, thanking you for taking the time out to give us your backstory, man. And I know it's much more to come. And so, man, salute to you, man, and God bless you on your journey.
All right. Thank y'all for having me, man.
No problem. And everybody follow us on Instagram, 95_South Podcast. Because I know I always have it posted up on here, but I know some of the stuff is audio. So that's where y'all can follow us at. And if you want to book us at 95southpodcast@gmail.com. So if you want to book us for interview, or if you want to book us to host events or whatever, that's where you can find me and my man Jacob at. So everybody have a good and blessed morning, good and blessed weekend. Be safe and do something for somebody else that you wouldn't normally do. You know what I'm saying? So we about to be out of here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have a good one.
Peace.
We got the good vibe, got the 1942 pouring in my cup.